It was a moment that will be etched in history books. On Thursday, the world watched as white smoke unfurled from the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel, signaling a new pope had been chosen. The weight of that moment, the anticipation, it was palpable. And then came the announcement. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, an American, had been elected Pope Leo XIV. It was remarkable, historic, and for many, completely unexpected. The idea of an American pope has always been a point of speculation, a what-if scenario debated among theologians and political analysts alike. Cardinals have traditionally favored leaders from smaller nations, countries not considered global superpowers. This selection, however, throws that precedent out the window. Today we're going to break down this monumental event, exploring the 5 key takeaways from Pope Leo XIV's historic election. As the white smoke billowed above Vatican City, a sense of anticipation rippled through the global Catholic community. Millions held their breath, waiting for the name that would usher in a new chapter for the Church. When the announcement finally came, when the world learned that an American cardinal, a man born and raised on American soil, would now lead the Catholic Church, the reaction was electric. Here in the United States, the news was met with a wave of pride and astonishment. American Catholics, from bustling cities to quiet suburbs, erupted in celebration. Churches spontaneously held prayer services, their pews overflowing with the faithful, their hearts filled with a mixture of joy and disbelief. The significance of this moment, the historical weight of it all, wasn't lost on anyone. This was a watershed moment for American Catholics, a testament to their faith and their place within the global Church. For many, it was a validation, a sense that their voices, their experiences, were now being represented at the highest level of their faith. And it wasn't just the everyday Catholic who felt the impact. Political leaders from both sides of the aisle issued statements congratulating the new pope. President Biden, himself a devout Catholic, spoke of the pride he felt, the honor it was to have an American ascend to the papacy. He spoke of Pope Leo XIV's character, his dedication to the poor and marginalized, and expressed his hope for a future of collaboration and understanding. From coast to coast, the sentiment was clear. This was a moment of unity, a time for American Catholics to come together and celebrate this historic occasion. It was a moment that transcended politics, a moment that spoke to the heart of faith and the power of representation. The excitement, the sheer joy, was palpable. This wasn't just about religion, it was about national identity, about seeing a familiar face, hearing a familiar accent, leading one of the world's oldest and most influential institutions. This was America's moment on the world stage, and for many American Catholics it was a moment they'd waited a lifetime to see. Former President Donald Trump, known for his often unconventional approach to diplomacy and religion, surprised many with his positive and enthusiastic response to the election of Pope Leo XIV. Breaking from his usual social media platform, Trump issued a formal statement, expressing his deep gratitude that the Catholic Church had chosen an American as its leader. "It's a tremendous honor for our country," Trump's statement read, "to have one of our own chosen for this sacred position. Pope Leo XIV is a man of great faith and conviction, and I have no doubt that he will lead the Catholic Church with wisdom and grace." The statement, devoid of Trump's usual fiery rhetoric, struck a conciliatory tone, emphasizing the unifying nature of the Pope's election. He went on to highlight Pope Leo XIV's American roots, calling him a true son of the United States who embodies the values of hard work, compassion, and faith. Trump also expressed his eagerness to meet with Pope Leo XIV, stating that he believed the two leaders could find common ground on issues of importance to both the United States and the Catholic Church. Whether it's fighting for religious freedom, protecting the unborn, or standing up for the sanctity of marriage, Trump stated, "I believe that Pope Leo XIV and I share many of the same goals." This unexpected show of support from the former president further underscored the historic nature of Pope Leo XIV's election. It was a moment that transcended political divides, uniting Americans from all walks of life in a shared sense of pride and hope. The fact that Trump, a figure known for his divisive rhetoric, chose to speak out in such a positive and unifying way speaks volumes about the impact of this event. It was a testament to the power of faith, the significance of the papacy, and the undeniable pride that coursed through the nation at seeing one of their own ascend to such a position of global influence. Chapter 3. The story of Pope Leo XIV is, in many ways, the quintessential American story. Born Robert Francis Prevost in the heartland of America, Chicago, he grew up in a city known for its grit, its diversity, and its unwavering spirit. It was a city that shaped him, that instilled in him a deep sense of compassion and a commitment to social justice. His journey to the papacy was anything but traditional. After graduating from Villanova University, a prestigious Catholic institution on the outskirts of Philadelphia, he surprised many by choosing to join the Augustinian order, a religious community known for its dedication to education and service to the poor. It was a decision that would take him far from the familiar streets of Chicago, leading him to the bustling cities and impoverished villages of Peru, where he would spend a significant portion of his priesthood. It was in Peru, immersed in a culture so different from his own, that Father Prevost, as he was then known, truly blossomed. He learned Spanish fluently, embracing the local customs and traditions. He worked tirelessly alongside the poor and marginalized, advocating for their rights and fighting for social justice. He built schools, established healthcare clinics, and became a beacon of hope in communities ravaged by poverty and despair. His time in Peru, however, wasn't without its challenges. He witnessed firsthand the devastating effects of poverty, the injustices faced by the indigenous population, and the struggles of a nation grappling with political instability. Yet, through it all, he remained a steadfast advocate for the poor, a voice for the voiceless, never shying away from speaking truth to power. It was this unique combination of experiences, his American upbringing, his Ivy League education, his deep immersion in Latin American culture, and his unwavering commitment to social justice, that shaped Cardinal Prevost into the leader he is today. Chapter 4, Pope Leo XIV's election, is not merely historic, it's profoundly symbolic. He embodies a bridge between the United States and the global South, a living testament to the universality of the Catholic Church. His upbringing in the heart of America, followed by decades of service in Peru, has instilled in him a unique understanding of both the developed and developing world. This global perspective is crucial, particularly at a time when the world grapples with issues like climate change, economic inequality, and mass migration. Pope Leo XIV's first-hand experience with these challenges, both in the affluent United States and the developing world, gives him a unique platform to address these issues with both empathy and authority. His dual citizenship, both American and Peruvian, speaks volumes about his commitment to transcending borders and embracing the richness of human diversity. It's a powerful message, particularly in a world increasingly fractured by nationalism and xenophobia. Moreover, Pope Leo XIV's fluency in both English and Spanish allows him to connect with a wider audience, bridging the language barrier that often separates the Americas. This linguistic dexterity is significant, allowing him to communicate directly with the vast Hispanic population within the Catholic Church, a demographic that has often felt marginalized. His deep understanding of Latin American culture, its joys, struggles, and aspirations, positions him as a powerful advocate for the region within the Vatican. This is especially important given the Catholic Church's significant presence in Latin America, a region often overlooked in global affairs. Chapter 5. The election of Pope Leo XIV has sent ripples of excitement, anticipation, and yes, even some anxiety throughout the American Catholic community. Many see his papacy as a potential turning point, a chance for the Church to re-engage with a younger generation, increasingly disillusioned by traditional religious institutions. Leo's background, deeply rooted in social justice and his work with marginalized communities, resonates with the values of many younger Americans. His papacy could be the catalyst for a more inclusive and progressive church, one that prioritizes dialogue, empathy, and action over dogma and rigid interpretations of doctrine. There's a palpable sense of hope that Leo's leadership could help bridge the growing divide between the Church's teachings and the realities of modern life. Issues like LGBTQ+ rights, the role of women in the Church, and the Church's response to the sex abuse scandal have alienated many, particularly younger Catholics. Leo's known for his compassion and willingness to engage in difficult conversations. His papacy is seen as an opportunity to heal old wounds, to foster a more welcoming and accepting environment within the Church. It's a chance to move beyond the culture wars that have plagued the Church for decades, and focus on the core tenets of Jesus' teachings. love, compassion, and social justice. Of course, only time will tell what direction Pope Leo XIV will take the Catholic Church. However, his election represents a seismic shift in the Church's dynamic. It signals an openness to change, a willingness to acknowledge the evolving needs of its followers, and a commitment to engaging with the modern world in a meaningful and impactful way. The election of an American pope is significant not just for Catholics but for the world. It's a testament to the global reach of the Church and the changing dynamics of power in the 21st century. Pope Leo XIV's election, unexpected as it may have been, has ushered in an era of unknowns. His life, his experiences, his deep understanding of both American culture and the developing world make him a truly unique figure on the world stage. How he chooses to wield the immense power and influence of the papacy remains to be seen. One thing is certain, the world is watching, and for the first time in history, the eyes of the world are fixed on an American pope.